Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of our Let's Play of Sid Meier's Civilization 6 as Portugal on Deity difficulty, epic speed, huge map, randomized text. We got all the adjectives happening. Let's go to the next turn. We're going to get a settler and a builder. Now the settler, maybe I didn't need to build that one right away because I'm not sure we're going to be able to plant it anywhere like super high value because I don't think the settler can go across the sea. No, we do have to wait until the all units can embark thing, which is a little of an oopsie doodle, but not exactly, because it's actually still pretty sweet down here. Despite the fact that it's all tundra, which normally would be a huge turnoff, there are actually a lot of resources available in this land. Now, Lisbon can work these turtles, and the stone and the amber is all within reach of stuff. We might still, our new city, we might still want to put within range of those, because they're going to be tiles. I'm thinking about here, the benefit of which... Well, this reaches a lot of good stuff, right? Because this spot here reaches these two tiles. Now, if we go to the left, what's nice about this one, it is actually really going to be a rich harbor spot right over there, which is almost certainly where we're going to put the harbor. Even if we settle here, we'll probably put the harbor there because ships in here, until we melt some of this ice, can't really get out of this area. And so if we want a harbor that can actually build ships, we're going to want it to be on this side. And so a city here or here would give us the most adjacency bonus. However, it just feels like this is such a sexier spot. I mean, I'm not sitting here counting tiles or anything, but just as a, just eyeballing it looks really good. And we could even settle another city down here later on for a bunch of crabs and things, which would be fine. So I think I will settle here, despite the fact that it's not going to be as rich of a, well, hold on, as rich of a harbor, to complete that thought. It also feels safer here because, again, we're not as worried about ship attacks over there, but I guess it doesn't matter that much. If we settle here, what does it give us something that we'd be missing if we were there? I mean, we lose out on the amber, but the amber can be worked there. We lose out on the crab, but maybe a future crab city will do it, although it's not a very sexy city, so it'd be better to work it earlier. Not that the crab tiles are the greatest end-all and be-all. I mean, we want lots of fishing boat spots, but if I move down here, we could actually work all the way to the amber eventually, but that's a long term, and I'd probably prefer the forest to be here to lumber mill them. I guess one of the nice things of settling here versus here is another city here later on. There's less overlap. All right, I think I'll go with the place that just intuitively felt a little nicer. We're going to go ahead and do that. I'll park you over here, and we'll wait, and that's going to have to be okay. Someone built a wonder. Great library. I mean, again, it would be really nice to get some wonders, but it's going to be so hard to compete for them. So in Lisbon, we're going to stop making settlers because we really don't have any more spots. As is. I do want to get the campuses going. We do have some nice adjacency spots. +4. Why is this one +4? Oh, because of the reefs. Ho, ho, ho. This will give us error score, too. And science-wise, once we get in university, we will create a stupid amount of science, because we're going to get +1 science for every coastal and lake tile. Not that this has lake tiles, but it has a lot of coastal tiles. Some of these are ocean, but overall not too shabby. In Bay, I'm not as worried about walls. So we might go and get our campus tech going on. We're planning a campus here because we know we want an industrial site here because it's going to be pretty good. Is this a hill? It is a hill. So yeah, that becomes quite nice. And then we get a little triangle of districts, which will give each other adjacency bonuses. So let's go. We're going to go ahead and delete that. We do have the culture bomb from districts right now. So trying to spam out a bunch would be nice. There are no adjacency bonuses available here in Evora. I don't know if a harbor gets... Maybe I'll just buy this tile. The culture bomb would be interesting, actually, as well. How's our money? It's not bad. Okay, let's do it. And this is not a flood tile. Alright, I'm cool with that. Mr. Builder. Maybe just go and drop some farms. Or what I can do... do we have any other builders still being built? We do have one more. Because we're going to want to drop some stuff over here. What I might do is mine this and then swing down, or... Have these been fishing boated? Yeah, I mean, there are little boats over there, so yes. Okay, I think I'll mine this, and then I'll just swing down to improve that territory. And that's going to be okay. We've got our Scoot and a Boot on automatic now, which is going to be fine. We're already building our campus. Are there any obvious district spots? Well, here we're going to be building a an aqueduct. I mean, there's no triangles over here, but I guess we'll slap them down for now. We might end up replacing it with a district later, which would be annoying, but not so bad. Defensive tactics, I think we're just going to power through directly. We don't know if we're going to be a target of war anytime soon. And it leads to something that we absolutely want. So Celestial Navigation, this does unlock our harbors, which maybe we want to... Well, no, I think starting with the campuses is correct here. The harbors are appealing, though, because they'll probably give us a good culture bomb as well. And, of course, opens up more trade routes, which is going to be really good, but that's going to be okay. We'll finish engineering, which will also give us access to the aqueduct, which we'll probably build in Porto very quickly. And I think there's a boost from completing an aqueduct. I'm not sure. We shall see. I feel a lot better when we get the walls up in Funky Town here, because this, to me, feels like the most vulnerable location.
Normal people believe that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Engineers believe that if it ain't broke, it doesn't have enough feet.
Don't think we're going to need any catapults. In terms of technology here, I'm tempted to go horseback riding just because we have the boost. It'll show this. Mathematics would lead to currency. We're not really rushing to build markets. The industries are nice, you know, but we don't really have to rush that either. And everything ultimately is going to bottleneck into military tactics. I think it's fine to go horseback riding and see what it reveals. And then I don't think there's a particular order required for anything, which means, if anything, there's a good chance that this unrevealed tech will be something we're interested in. I don't know what techs we're missing. I could have the standard tech tree open and, like, mark stuff off, because it's the last one in that era. So, actually, in classical era, there's one tech that's missing. It's clearly that one. I don't know which one that is. You know, if I was a good player, I would go and look it up. But, you know, I'll go with other. I mean, monuments are great for the culture, which you're still behind on, and ancient walls are going to be good for defense, but Faro feels a little safer than some of the other locations, and I think we're going to want to keep going with our district spam. So we could campus. Why has this one got a +2? Oh, it does have a reef there. But I'm also wondering if we get started on our harbors. If nothing else, we're going to want to start getting a couple of harbors as quickly as possible, because 2 harbors gives us a Eureka. So, yeah, and actually, even though there's an adjacency bonus here, we may want to get the campus next to this mountain. We are building a campus here, right? That's where we're building the campus in Porto? Yeah, so that'll be 2 campuses next to mountains, which is good, because that also gives us a boost. So I should put a marker there to make sure I don't forget that we need a campus in that spot over there, even though it doesn't have an adjacency. Wait, none at all? No, I was going to say there'd be a +1, which is going to be fine. Or, I mean, I suppose I could build it here. It doesn't really matter where I build it. The culture boost thing from this, I think, could steal tiles, but it won't steal anything adjacent. And again, it's got the range 3 from a city. So I don't think we really have to optimize for that. So campus versus harbor over here. I can see huge arguments for building both of them first. I don't think it really matters. I'm going to start with the harbor, because that way I don't have to buy a tile here. Since it's not a god tier harbor tile, or a campus tile, then I'm not going to stress about rush buying it. In terms of placement of the harbor, I think it makes no difference. Yeah. Now, one thing I should consider here is we have to think about, of all the wonders we might be interested in on this map, Venetian Arsenal would be a big one, which means we need one industrial zone that's adjacent to the sea somewhere. And it'll be interesting to see if we've got a good spot for that. Well, an acceptable spot would be here. It would be adjacent to 2 mines, and then we could go and build the wonder over here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan for an industrial zone here. And, you know, let's assume, I don't remember, the Venetian Arsenal is somewhere in this list, but it's going to be very hard to spot on the tiny things. So I'll just put generic wonder, Arsenal. Walk it in. That's the problem with the Venetian Arsenal, always trying to walk it in. Which might delay this campus, because the problem is Faro's going to have 1, 2, 3 districts. It needs to be what size? Is it size 4, 7, 10? Something like that? And this campus next to a mountain is going to be high priority. And I'm thinking I may have made a mistake starting over the harbor. I maybe should have gone campus into industrial zone, and then harbor when it becomes an opportunity. But we will see. Well, I mean, we're committed now. I mean, I guess I could reload from the autosave, but nah. All right, I'll just drop a random mine. Oh, that gives me a Eureka. Is that the missing tech? Nope. Oh, apprenticeship is over here. Anyway, whatever. So there's currently no plans for this tile, so I'll go ahead and drop a farm. It did just dramatically cut the growth period here in Farrow because it opened up our housing possibility. And that might be, in fact, like really, really key for us to make sure Farrow grows as quickly as possible. So that it can go... Is it every 3 or 4? I don't remember what they did. I feel like 4, 7, 10 sounds right. So is it like every 3 population except for the 1? That doesn't make sense. One population for 1, 4 for 2, 7 for 3... And then every 3 after that. Okay. Oh, yeah, because it's 1. You get a district at population 1 when you start, and then it's every 3 pop after that. Okay, so I did get the numbers right. I just couldn't, get to the logic of the explanation of why that worked. So I think I'll just move you down here. And you can probably just farm there. That's going to be okay, I think. And the aqueduct's not a specialty district, so it doesn't count against our limit. So, Porto is not going to have a problem building the aqueduct. Okay, I think I like the idea of settling here still. Even these are not very floodable tiles. Like, this and this are the only 2 floodable tiles immediately, and they are level 3. Like, they aren't going to flood for a while. Not that they're very valuable tiles, but that's going to be fine. I'm going to go ahead and just start on the ancient walls here. It is a little further. Well, it's really not that vulnerable, but we are going to want them everywhere. Go here, we're going to set up camp. I forgot we get the free settler too, so we've got a lot of extra charges kicking around, which is nice. Okay, you want war material. Oh, that's not a lot. Oh. Okay, now he's my closest neighbor, so I was going to hesitate about giving him like militaristic resources, but I will take it for a great work. That's going to add up and account for a lot of culture and tourism over the course of the game. Unmet city-state has been defeated.
A man on a horse is spiritually as well as physically bigger.
So what did that reveal? It did reveal shipbuilding. Because I was going to say... I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to sound dumb. But I'm like, I think shipbuilding might be the last classical era tech. And it's certainly one we're very eager about. It's actually unfortunate that it was hidden for so long. And it's partially it's because we never did get around to building galleys. How much does it cost to buy a galley? Okay, I can buy one. The problem is we're busy building... all these things. I don't know. If I switch to producing a galley over here, 6 turns. Oh, that's going to work out beautifully. We'll still get the Eureka from this. So we'll get the galley. Once it's done, we'll buy a second one. It'll Eureka shipbuilding. Actually, is there any reason to wait? Well, I might want the money for something else. Although, if I spend it on something else, I might also just curse myself for screwing myself out of the galley build. Defensive tactics about to finish, which is fine. And we are not building any builders or settlers, which is okay, because we're not changing anything here. I'm going to switch back to Diplomatic League. I suspect we might start finding some more city-states relatively soon. We don't need Limitani. Oh, do I have shipbuilding, maritime industries? Yes, please. Let's run that real quick. Shave a few turns off that. Mostly, it's not that we need to rush the boat. It's not going to make a difference. But what it's doing is it means we can move back to our campus production a little faster, which is going to be nice. You know I love Liang, and at some point on this map, we're definitely going to want aquaculture. But I'm actually thinking the thing to do might be to slap Connoisseur and Researcher on ping. Just because right now it would account for quite a lot. Yeah, let's do it. Let's throw Researcher in first. Now, Ping, you're in Funky Town. I don't think you have to be in Funky Town anymore. This page. Loyalty. Well, okay, someone's got to be. Damn. Okay, so Ping's not going to give us much now. We probably want Ping in Lisbon. Right now we have Magnus there because he's got the settler thing, and he's got the internal trade route thing. At some point, the internal trade route thing is going to become obsolete because we're going to be all about international trade routes. But right now, it's still a lot of value. Oh, is he? He's +2 food everywhere. Now that's interesting. Okay. If we were to swap these two around, because apparently we need a governor here in Funky Town. Unless I were to, if I still had Limitani, and maybe we'll do a swap. Feudalism, 14 turns not that fast. It is going to grow relatively soon, and that may help. We will see. If I swap the two, it would mean each one of my cities would lose 2 food per turn, which is a pretty big deal. On the other hand, we would gain 4 extra science. At this point, I think 2 food for every city is worth more than 4 science. So we're going to leave Ping here, where he's only going to be providing us 2 science. Well, it's actually a little less than that, because he's also not... his 15% bonus isn't doing as much either. So he's probably worth 5 or 6 science if we move into Lisbon. I think the extra food injection might still be worthwhile. It's very 6 of 1, though. Half a dozen. Alright, let's just move on for now. Long-term, Magnus isn't going to be quite as useful, although we can keep just sticking him in cities where we might decide to build settlers. I mean, the settlers I think are still better... Well, maybe not. I was going to say, might still be better in the place with the... How do we get the info on this? I guess we just have to go through the Civilopedia. Because the Ancestral Hall... Ah, it is only in this city. Okay. Still, though, it's not as big of a deal. Yeah, so I'm going to lumber mill here. Can't remember, I think there's Eureka for 3 lumber mills, which might be a little hard. There's not a lot of forest, and we did chop a few down. So you're going to finish in 2 turns, which is okay. You have open borders. Maybe, you know what, I'm going to buy... I'm not going to save the money more. I'm going to buy the galley here. Let them give us air score. And we'll start exploring a little bit over here. Since we have open borders, we can go along the coast. And we have open borders with city-states, too, which is nice. I think I still have a settler builder coming here, but... Well, it's probably that one there. I don't think I can farm on the tundra or do anything like that. Maybe I'll just come over here. Drop some farms there for now for the housing, even if they get replaced later on. You don't like that I'm claiming coastal tiles, probably. I think that's what you're cranky about. I get it. It's, you know, it's kind of your thing. There's our shipbuilding Eureka, which is nice. And now you are going to go back to finishing the campus. Thank you very much. Now you finished your campus probably straight into there. Or, unless we draw the granary forest or the aqueduct. Actually, let me aqueduct. I'm going to do that because it'll give a lot of housing. Because I would like Porto to continue to grow. Like, the science from the library is nice, but right now it can't grow, which is pretty poor. Go ahead, be on Auto Explorer. That's going to be okay. Ditto, you can be on Auto Explorer. That's going to be fine. We're going to go ahead and mine that. Shipbuilding, feudalism, these are all good and groovy. It's a lovely to meet you. Okay, oops. I didn't mean to say that one. I'm sorry. Oh, Canada's going to be cool. You want to be friends, Canada? Nice. We can't do alliances yet, but that's going to be okay. And yeah, we're running the free envoy when we made a city-state thing now, which is good. Is it when we need a city-state, or is it if we're the first? I think it's first envoy you meet. Yeah, so it's really nice if you can do that before everyone else discovers, because you get a free envoy if you're the first person to meet a city-state. So then it'll all of a sudden be 2, but it could still pay off a fair bit. You only got 1 build, so we'll prioritize getting the camp. World Congress about to meet. Trade route capacity went up, right? Because we met someone, of course. Temple of Artemis, we met someone. Okay, done, done, done. Well, let's go up there, which, well, again, will make me feel a fair bit safer. Your delegation is most welcome. Absolutely. Send me Putin. Oh, special session. Ah. Probably someone got hit with a natural disaster. Yeah. Oh, city-state emergency. Oh, ho, ho! Dido has been targeted. Dido's been bad. Machu Picchu's been built.
There is nothing but a plank between a sailor and eternity.
Dreams. All land units can embark. Okay, so Lisbon, what's probably going to happen in Lisbon is we're going to go immediately back to settler production. I guess we're clearly doing mathematics into currency, into military tactics. There's no question there, so we may as well just queue it up. That's going to be fine. I'm going to move a military unit here and here. We'll do a little bit of spotting against barbarians because we're going to be ready to do some settler spam again here in a sec. You're going to come here, find a little bit more food, mostly housing right now. You are boxed in. Oh, because we don't have open borders with America anymore, which is a little annoying. I don't think you want to be friends. No. We'll send a delegation. Let's make a deal. I don't usually care about doing some open border stuff. I've got incense. Would you throw in a little gold per turn? 5? Oh, yes. 7? Yes. 8? 9? 8. Okay. Should have gone 9 first, actually. So yeah, we're going to give you incense for 8 gold per turn, which is really what we're doing. And as a bonus, we'll have open borders, which means our scout will keep working, and our ships will be able to look around a little easier. Hello! That's our first natural wonder found, actually.
And walked.
I'm pretty sure that's the first natural wonder we found all game. Alright, so religions are spreading. Everyone loves me so much, they want me to join their cool team. There we go. Huge campus has been built. That's next to Lisbon.
Some of which actually happened.
Campus adjacency bonus, I think, needs to start running. Yeah, that's going to be worth more than urban planning. Right now, it's going to give us an extra 4 science, and we've got a few other adjacency bonuses that are about to kick in, so that's going to be quite good. We don't need maritime industry, so probably what we do now... this would mean I could move my advisor out of the city. No, I think we conscription, just because the money is pretty good. I think the great scientist points are still fine. I mean, there's Praetorium as well if we were having problems. We're not actually having problems. We just need to have someone over there right now. Mathematics, it would have been nice to get the boost to that, but I mean, we've got nothing else to research, so we're clearly going for it. And yes, you are also clearly returning to settler spam in Lisbon. You've got a ton of boosts for it. Nope. Probably. There's a lot of things we're going to want, but let's grab Connoisseur. It's going to give us a little culture now, and quite a bit more later on. So it's 20 per turn right now. We'll get another 3, so it should go up to 23 once the turn processes. Walls are about to finish in Funky Town. That's good news. And districts are districting. Second campus coming online, or is that our third, actually? That might be the second. Jebel Barkle. Finally found another continent. Let's quickly build a trader before we start the libraries. We have to get our libraries going because they give us quite a bit more science and the great science points. Harbor. Purchase. Build. I don't... No, you definitely will not give us the... you won't give us the culture boost, but it's still going to be nice to have. I think it's going to be a high-value area. Mathematics, you got to keep going.
The natural history of this
islands
is very...
Okay, now we're going to find all the wonders. Okay, Barbarian Island, Goody Hut over here would be a great place to settle. Let's still do this first, because having at least one city here will make it a lot easier to continue planting cities without loyalty issues. So the sooner we get there before someone else beats us to it, the much, much, much better it's going to be. Much, much. What's your deal? Was I sending this one home? Because I think I had been auto-exploring with him and I sent him home. I think that's what that deal is. Let's put you in Funky Town? You know what? Yeah. I'm going to go send you to Funky Town because it will give a little bit of a defensive boost. We can emergency upgrade you to a Swordsman's, which we should have the tech for and everything. Okay, feudalism. Eureka Stirrups.
If I were again beginning my studies.
Mathematics done, including the movement rate, which is really nice. I think I'm still okay with this. We're going to do a bunch of serfdom at some point. I don't think now's the time. Do I want to run colonization? No, no, no. We've got enough boost to this. And it's the 50%. It's not like I'm going to say it's not multiplicative. It's additive, because I think that's the way it works. Like, it's just the base. So it's 50% more production to the base, not, you know, plus 50% from the other construction things. So it starts to matter a little less. Both of those are unlikely to be built by us anytime soon. We don't know what guilds leads to. The medieval training, or military training, which does give us veterancy for our upgrades, and an envoy, leads to medieval fairs. None of which is terribly critical. I think we'll probably pop military training. We'll probably go into medieval fairs afterwards, but I think this is going to be okay for now. For civic of a new era, yeah. Okay, I think I'm pleased with how things are. I'm still wondering about colonization. But I know it would cost us the campus adjacency thing, which I think is a big boost to our science rate right now. We're still quite far behind. Well, I was going to say, some of them are not actually as ahead as we might normally expect. Get a second friendship going. Because I think there's still a good chance this is going to be fairly diplomatic. There might be something here if America starts to decide they want our territory. Otherwise, if someone starts to snowball out of control, it might be a thing. But yeah, so we're still going to do some more expansion, but we're entering the phase where our cities that we rapidly expanded with earlier are going to start paying off. Of course, the AI is going to have a lot of cities because they start with, I think, 3 settlers versus my 1, and then, 4 techs, 4 civics, so they get a big initial boost. But our population, our number of cities and our population is going to start to go up, and then we should start to see our rates go up again in terms of science and things. I'm happy we can finally explore here. It does suck that was a little slow, but I guess it's me fine. It's interesting how much coast there is since the galley can go all over here. Right, because this is all coast. Like, we couldn't embark the unit, but it wasn't ocean tiles blocking it, because that wasn't actually a thing. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes, and if we can snag a bunch of this land, won't that be amazing? There's not necessarily a guarantee. It's a huge map, but at some point, the AI is going to come looking for some of this stuff, but we'll see how that goes. Folks, thanks a lot for watching another episode. I'm going to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.